Hi friends, I am new to you. Actually, I am from Hingangarh. Just a part of introduction. Myself, Sanjay Bhoya. I am your science teacher. So this introduction is enough for you because lot of days we have not taken a single part of education. So let us come directly to the syllabus. 10th class Science Part 1. The chapter name is Gravitation. Okay, first of all, I would like to tell all the students open your textbook, page number 1, gravitation. Okay, gravitation. आप सभी को मालूम है ग्रेविटेशन का मतलब क्या होता है? गुरुत्वाकर्षण. ओके, ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स, गुरुत्वाकर्षण बोलते हैं. मगर ग्रेविटेशन को पढ़ाने से पहले उसका बेसिक नॉलेज आपको जानना ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि ग्रेविटेशन चैप्टर ये आपको बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट तो क्लियर करेगा, मगर साइंस 12th में आपको इसका एक पार्ट भी है जो आगे जाके हेल्प होगा. इसलिए इस हिसाब से आप देखें तो ये बेस है आपका. ओके, सो कमिंग टू द पॉइंट, बिफोर स्टार्टिंग टू द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स, as we all know, gravitational force was the phenomenon discovered by Sir Isaac Newton, the great scientist. What happened? You know the very well the story also. What was that? And Isaac Newton was sitting under a tree. He was not just sitting; he was sleeping here under a apple tree. And suddenly, while sleeping, an apple fell upon his head, and he started thinking about it. Why the apple came down? Why doesn't it go to the right side, to the left side, or it go up? Then where the apple came in, stop, it came directly to the earth. This is the surface where the object comes and stop at a rest position. So means what Isaac Newton was thinking about it, any object if you throw up, directly it comes towards the earth. For an example, see this is a chalk. When I drop from a height, what happens? It goes directly to the down. Means there is some force is acting upon that object. Means what Isaac Newton said, that there are so many types of forces. Any object moving. For example, let me tell you that a vehicle is moving at a speed of 20 km per hour. Okay, this may be your scooty or bike also. It is continuously moving on, going on continuously until at that time when your accelerator is not given. Means there is a mechanical force. Means here machine force is there. So when the accelerator is stopped off, then what happens? The body comes to rest position. What happens? It gets stopped. What type of force is there which acts upon that? That is the frictional force. What it is called? Frictional force. Frictional force means उसको घर्षण बोलते हैं. Frictional force, what happens there? An opposite direction the force is exerted upon it. In the same way, when the vehicle is moving at a speed of 20 km and when it given brakes, what happens? That is the external force or opposite force applied on the wheels to stop the object moving on. So I think so perhaps it might be clear to you the frictional force, gravitational force I have described you and explained you also. If you have any kind of doubts, just ask me on the WhatsApp group, so that's why I can clear your doubts also. The third comes the magnetic force. As we all know, magnets has two poles, north pole, south pole. Take two magnets. We know what the magnets in the 9th standard also or 8th standard also you might have learned. That magnets has two poles, like poles repel each other, unlike poles are attracted each other. That force is called the magnetic force. So now coming to the tensional force. Tension force means what? Actually, when elastic is stressed out, a force is applied and is stressed out. When you lose or what happens, it contracts again. In the same way, the springs also get contracted. after a certain force is applied there. Then what comes here? So see here, one more example I want to give you about the tensional force. Tie a stone to a rod. Tie a stone to a rod means thick thread like structure. Okay. Then just pull it and leave it. What happens? It will move through and through, and after a certain time it will come to the rest position. That type of force is called a tensional force. After giving the tension, it comes again to the rest position. That kinds of forces are called the tensional force. Okay. So now let us come to the gravitational force. I have told you. What about that objects which are far away from the earth? For example, which planet is the nearest to the earth? That is moon. As I told you in the beginning, that any two objects means this chalk and duster. This chalk is pulling towards itself the duster, and duster is also pulling towards it. That's called the attraction gravitational force. And let me clarify one thing to you. Gravitational force is a weak force. Otherwise, the object or the structure upon the earth which are kept, it might be going down to the earth. So is it clear now to you all of them that the gravitational force is a weak force? Okay, now coming to the point, see here, suppose this is the earth and the nearest planet to the earth is what? Moon. What happens? The moon rotates around the earth rotates around the sun. We know it very well about the planets. We have learned in the 8th, 7th standard also the basic concepts. So here, the moon, what happens? It pulls towards it and the earth pulls towards the moon. What happens there? Here the attraction of two objects are held. Through this we can write a concept that a force acting on object between any two in the universe is called the gravitational force. The force of attraction between any two objects in the universe is called as gravitational force. Is it clear? One more thing additional I want to tell you, that moon, in geography you might be knowing that due to the moon's and the earth's gravitational force, what happens? The in sea means samudra mein high tides or low tides होते हैं. There are high tides and low tides. What happens there? Due to the gravitational force and the rotation of the moon, what happens? High tides and low tides occurs there. There are various types of forces in the whole universe, but for that one thing is constant, that is what? Gravitational force. In this chapter we will learn more about the terms and each and everything. So students, coming to the page 1, there is one question regarding here. So the first question is given there, means what type of force is acting on an object. So the first answer is that a force. So let me clarify the first question answer. Students, you have to note it down, this answer. A force acting on an object causes the object to change its shape or size to start moving stop moving, to accelerate or decelerate. This is the answer of the question number 1 in the page 1. Now coming to the second point. What type of forces are you familiar with? As I told you, explained you also the types of forces, which are the frictional force, gravitational force, magnetic force, tensional force, and you can write one more extra force, which is that you can write it as contact force. What it is called? Contact force. Means push or pull of an object. It is called the contact force. Suppose this is the object. I am pushing it up and I am pulling it up. Means there is a contact force. Means what is the contact here? Your hand is a contact to the object. So this is called a contact force. And electrical force is also there. Many extra forces are there, etc. At least 5 of them if you write, it is better, because this type of certain questions comes in the board for 1 mark. So remember, and you have to note down it. Okay, coming to the third, gravitational force. Means what do you have about the gravitational force? It is the force of attraction. Note it down. This is the second answer. Okay, so let's remember, this is the second answer, this is the first answer, and third answer I am writing out. What is the gravitational force? What do you know about the gravitational force? It is the force of attraction of any two objects in the universe is called gravitational force. So students, 3 questions are given and 3 answers I have written it for you. So once again I am repeating you, this is the first question answer, second question answer is given here. Just you have to write it down. The types of forces we are familiar with are frictional force, gravitational force, magnetic force, tensional force, and contact force, and write down at last, etc. Means various types of forces there. For example, I want to say you just make your concept clear. There is a mechanical force where machines are used. Manual force means where our strength is used. These kinds of various forces are there in the universe. Okay, now let me tell you. Suppose, for example, this object means a duster having the weight 500 grams. When you will carry this duster to the other country, it may be America, New Zealand, or anywhere, whether the weight will differ? No, because the gravitational force is constant everywhere. Means what I want to say you that. Okay students, is it clear for you? So coming to the point, this is the earth. Okay, each and every force is attracted, each and every object is attracted towards the earth. Where it is attracted? Towards its center. Any object you will throw, for an example, this object is left out, it goes directly to the center. From this side also it goes to the right center. From this side also it directly to the center. This force, where at the center the earth has the gravitational force.